Resuming debate,
I like
the honourable
quite a bit.
member
He's
for
a great
Caribou,
chair.
Prince George.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll be splitting my time three ways.
That sounds like Todd Doherty.
Minister,
Yeah.
when you first became mayor, through you, Mr. Speaker, when the minister first became mayor of Vancouver in 2008, he promised affordable housing, fewer drug overdoses, lower crime, and to end homelessness by 2015. How'd that work out?
The honourable minister.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and to the
that work
member
out?
opposite. Well, when I first became mayor, it was a Conservative federal government.
Let's not pass the buck. Let's take responsibility and action. As mayor of Vancouver, he raised taxes 141%, home prices shot up 149%, and overdoses went up 600%. Given this information, how can Canadians trust him to be in charge of anything that he does in housing?
Meet Gregor Robertson, who was just handpicked by Mark Carney to run for the Liberals in Vancouver, Fraserview, South Burnaby. As mayor of Vancouver, Robertson supported the decriminalization of drugs and oversaw a 600% rise in overdoses in his city. He then called to outsource this disaster to the entire province, claiming it would be life-saving. When the province gave in to Robertson's demands, nearly 5,000 people died of overdoses across BC over the next 2 years. But helping more people die of drug overdoses isn't Robertson's only accomplishment. When he entered office, the average home price in Vancouver was a little over $800,000. By the time he left, it was over $2.3 million. When he entered office, the average apartment in Vancouver rented for less than $1,000 a month. By the time he left, it was approaching $1,400. And under his watch, Vancouver turned into a global hub for organized crime and money laundering. With this record of failure, it's no wonder that Mark Carney wants to give him a promotion to the federal level.
Thank you, Steve, for the introduction, and to Bree as well. And good morning, everybody. It's great to see you here. It's great to be here in Kelowna. I've lots of family roots here over some generations, so always happy to be back in the Okanagan. Also want to acknowledge, first and foremost, how happy, honored, and thankful I am to be here. All of us get to be here on the ancestral and unceded homelands of the Syilx people. So a big thanks to the Syilx Okanagan people for hosting us here. Bonjour, that's as much French as I'm going to cover today. They like us to do that back in from Central. But BC is a place of many, many languages, French among them, which is important. It's great to be here today as well, doing my first official announcement as the minister responsible for Pacific Can, which is, there will be many more to come, rest assured, hopefully under my watch, and really honored to be representing entrepreneurs and businesses basically in Ottawa at the cabinet table as well from BC. Great to be joining your Kelowna MP and Secretary of State, Stephen Fuhrer, who is great to be working with in the House of Commons and at Cabinet. We're very lucky to have him on the team based on his incredible background and having a voice for the Okanagan in Ottawa, which is really critical. I was very humbled when the Prime Minister asked me to serve, particularly in this role. I'm an entrepreneur. When I haven't been a politician, I've been an entrepreneur. So I'm very aware of the work that Pacific Can has done, the great work in these recent years that Pacific Can has done for BC businesses and entrepreneurs. And Accelerate Okanagan is a prime example of that, not only as a key Pacific Can partner, but as a driver of innovation here in the Okanagan. So I'm proud to be to take part in showcasing the amazing talent around our province. And I say this with certainty now, and we were saying it today or yesterday with all of our MPs from around BC. Canada needs more BC. And we see the world needs more Canada, Canada needs more BC. And places like the Okanagan create incredible opportunities in diverse industries, whether it's tech, aerospace, agriculture, tourism. Pacific Can has invested over $47 million in 156 projects across the southern interior since 2021, since becoming a unique organization. And over 37 million of that has come specifically to Kelowna, over 100 projects into Kelowna and the communities surrounding. So it's been a significant big shift and investment here in the region. And these are the numbers, but those translate very directly to jobs, to stronger local businesses, to more opportunity that strengthens our economy. And I want to talk today about the next wave of investments that will benefit Kelowna and companies across the region, but really across BC. For entrepreneurs and for business owners, these are challenging times, and it's a challenging time to take a big risk, to take a leap forward than it was just a year or two ago. The world has changed dramatically. The trade war with the U.S., the new tariffs, and challenges that we have with trade agreements with our neighbors to the south put a whole lot of question marks in front of taking risk and next steps with our businesses. And even the most strategic entrepreneurs can have issues and get stuck at the border given the current circumstance. So we're very keen, aware of these challenges, talking at the cabinet table, at the BC caucus table. We're talking about it in the House of Commons. Our Prime Minister, Mark Carney, is talking about this every day and seeking solutions for this. So these difficult times and the tariffs imposed by the U.S. are right now impacting our economy. That's without question. And in terms of defense procurement, our best defense against these tariffs is to strengthen our local economies and to invest in Canadian jobs and workers and to forge stronger trade partnerships globally. That's where we need to focus right now. Businesses need more reliable federal partnership to support that work, to be more competitive and export ready as we shift our focus to other countries. So we are making that happen as a federal government now. The new government is announcing today we have $2.5 million of investment to help BC businesses tap into the new markets globally and also to navigate the current trade realities. And there are three major components to this investment. The first is a $1.2 million investment in Export Navigator, the program at Pacific Can that is building on previous investments of almost $5 million, but there's another 1.2 going into it. And we'll hear soon more details on Export Navigator, but it's basically pairing businesses with the experienced advisors who can help them figure out the nuts and bolts of selling beyond our borders. It's also a great example of the federal and BC government working together to make a difference in our communities. We all got to step up right now. The second piece is a $900,000 investment that will make sure that Export Navigator can guide businesses through the requirements of the Canada-US-Mexico Agreement, CUSMA, as we call it, by providing the expert advisory services and covering some of the costs that are associated with becoming compliant with the trade agreement. So these are technical supports that are really critical for businesses and entrepreneurs. The last component of this is nearly $400,000 in funding that enable the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade across the Lower Mainland to deliver a series of workshops that will connect businesses with experts, including customs brokers, lawyers, other professionals, so they can overcome those barriers, making sure we're CUSMA compliant. And one of those workshops will actually be happening here in Kelowna on August the 21st. Put that on your calendars if that is you. So earlier this year, Pacific Can contributed $500,000 to the Greater Vancouver Board of Trade to roll out their Trade Accelerator program. So there's a sequence here that the fantastic team at Pacific Can has been rolling out in response to the global challenges that we face right now. And this one, announcing today, is a total investment about $3 million in initiatives that align with Canada's broader trade strategy, which is really making sure our businesses can be competitive, can be resilient. We're going to hear more about resilience shortly. Different kind of resilience, but making sure that our high-quality Canadian goods and services that the world needs are available. So whether you're just getting started in business as an entrepreneur, whether you're ready to go global, these investments will help fund that kind of support that makes the process clearer, the goals more achievable, and makes us all collectively more successful. And Pacific Can is here, based right here in this shop, to continue investing and growing in our businesses and industries here across BC. That is good for Canada, as I said, and we look forward to seeing more successes coming out of the Okanagan. So I'll be here to answer questions after, but thank you very much for the warm welcome. Cheers.